Hey, everybody, welcome back. Here we go. We are talking today about your final project. Folks, we're almost there. We're almost there. We just have a few weeks more to go. I decided because we would normally take 3 class periods to work on this assignment, that I would let you kind of work on this for the next basically 3 weeks. I mean, I guess it technically ends up being a little bit closer to like 4-ish weeks at the end of it. So I've tried to break up this final project to make it nice and easy for you guys, where it's still like a meaningful project in this class. You can, earn the points for this class, but also not put too much on your plate as far as e-learning goes. So I'm going to go through the expectations today and then the due dates. However, I'm going over all of it today. So if you were like, hey, I want to just check this class off my list, you can do it. You're going to have all the information to be successful. Yes, I will still be posting resources and making videos for you guys. Don't think you're off the hook of watching my ridiculous videos, you guys, each week. But basically, I'm going to give you the information now to where you can be really successful on your final project. So here we go. Your final project in this class is coming up with a brand new sports team. You are going to kind of put all the pieces of the puzzle together for this brand new sports team. So imagine, like, if the Denver Broncos didn't exist right now, what that process would look like of creating that team for a city and what that means. So you guys are going to use either a PowerPoint, Google Slides, or Prezi. Um, for this project, and we're going to go through each portion. I've eliminated quite a few steps just because of our e-learning atmosphere and your need for a presentation. So you're really just going to be focusing on the project. The grading points for each category are next to the section heading. To get the maximum grading points, you must exceed, not just provide the bare minimum, right? We want to make sure this is a great project. The suggestions under the heading are minimum expectations. So I'm going to go through each one minimally. That's what you have to have. Anything above and beyond that is perfect. I also give you some hints along the way when a visual would be useful. Make sure you follow the directions and refer back to them often so you don't miss any points. This will be due on Friday, May 22nd. Like I said, for some of you seniors, where my seniors at? Okay, I see you. I see you. You guys are going to want to finish earlier because your e-learning kind of ends on the 18th. So if you submit this early, you're done in my class. But as far as the timeline goes, we will have 4 due dates. So this Friday, the 1st, Friday, the 8th, the 15th, and then the 22nd is when we're going to be completely done. So I've broken it up into different parts, and I have different parts that will be due each week for you guys. And really what I'm looking for when you guys are submitting each of your parts is I don't need it to be a finished, completely done, polished look, right? I'm going to pull an example from my other class and just say this is their draft, right, for their project. This is a different project, so don't worry about the content on it, but right, it's pretty boring. It's just got the white background, it's just got bullet points. That is what you can kind of be turning in for your drafts, just the bullet points. Then when you go back to finish your absolute final draft, that's when you can add in the pictures and making sure that it's really engaging and exciting. Okay, so it shouldn't be a ton of work week by week because you're just adding in your draft. At the very end, I want it to look beautiful and to be engaging, like this example that I have of some students. Okay, back to your requirements. Okay, so let's take a look at each part. So underneath part 1, this is where you're deciding what city this is going to be in, where your team is going to be based. So if you wanted to do a new professional football team, you can't pick Denver because Denver already has one. So if you wanted to pick a new professional football team and it's Colorado Springs, or it's oh man, now I'm testing what teams I actually know where they're at. If you wanted to pick a new pro team that's in Honolulu, absolutely, right? But you're picking a team that they don't actually already have. So you are going to provide this following information on the city or state. Like I said, I've really taken out a lot of pieces of this to make it a little bit easier for you guys. But remember, a team's identity is tied to its home. So be sure your team will fit in with the community. Do people in Honolulu like football? Does it stand for something for them there? Do they believe in football there? You need to make sure that it makes sense. This part of your project should not only describe the location you have chosen, but include a clear vision for the residents. So include a clear target market segments for your primary and secondary audience, like who's going to go and actually like physically go and see the games, right? Like if you're going to have a stadium there, who's actually going to buy the tickets? Okay. Why do you feel like this would be a good city for your team? And again, just a friendly reminder, you can't select a city that already has a pro team in that sport. Now, if you were picking Denver and you were picking the sport spike ball, I don't think they have a pro team there. At least I'm not sure that they do. That would make sense. So then I have the visual suggestion for pictures, demographic charts, things like that. All right, part 2 is your team logo, your mascot, and your team name. That is something that you can design online, or you could draw it and insert it into your presentation. And again, if you pick a team color, is there like a psychological reason for picking that color? Remember, like back in the day, McDonald's, the reasons why they first chose red and yellow were because those were kind of straining on your eyeballs, so you wouldn't spend a lot of time sitting in the dining area. You're like, get in and get out. That was like a psychological reason for them picking that. You want, again, a visual suggestion, drawings of the logo or mascot. So that parts 1 and part 2 are this Friday. So it doesn't need to be the final draft of it. You just need to show me that you've done some work this week on this project. All right. Friday, May 8th is parts 3, 4, and 5. 3 is merchandising. So what type of merchandise are you going to sell with the team logo on it? So I don't only want you to just say, we're going to sell jerseys. I want you to tell me, what about the jersey? Is it like all cotton, or what's it made out of? The price, where you're actually going to sell it. How are you going to promote these things? So make sure you have that. And of course, you can include a drawing of this, or you can design something online and include that. 4 is sponsorship. So name 2 major companies in your location that will be sponsors of the opening day, the stadium or the team. So like if it were Colorado Springs, you might do some local Colorado Springs, like maybe Bristol Brewery, or like a local company that might want to sponsor that day. Part 5 is tickets. How much are you going to charge for your tickets? Will you offer rain and snow dates, season tickets, special combo packs? So make sure you're reading through all of that. Okay, so that's parts 3, 4, and 5 that are due on the 8th. Then on the 15th, we have 6, 7, and 8. So we're going to talk about the stadium. So this is really important. How will it be paid for? Do you have some investors? Will it be tax dollars? You might want to look up the new downtown Colorado Springs Stadium that'll be there in a few years, how that's being paid for. Parking, how close is it to public transportation? Can people hop on a train to get there, or like the light rail is what I really meant to say. I know I've done that before. I parked far away and take the light rail in to see a Rockies game. So that's important. I want you to just kind of have an idea of where you're going to put all these things, how it's going to be designed. Again, this does not need to be like the most thorough representation, a drawing of your stadium, but just a rough sketch of where everything is going to fall, that you've actually put some thought into. First aid stations, we need to have those. How many do we have? Part 7 is your promotional pieces. So how are you going to promote your new team? What's it going to look like? Some examples of posters or billboards or what have you. Lastly, you're going to have a commercial, and it should be 30 to 60 seconds long. So think about how you're presenting this new sports team, so you can get people really excited. You can film it yourself, or it can be animated, something that you do online. This does not need to be, like I said, high level production company commercial. You guys can, whatever you can make happen at home. I think that's about all I wanted to cover. Obviously, all of this will be in Schoology for you guys to review. Like I said, refer back to this document often. It answers a lot of questions. But if you have any questions, please reach out to me by email. You can send me a Schoology message. We can set up a time to chat on Microsoft Teams. Microsoft, I don't know where that just came from, where we have a little bit of going back and forth. But I think this is doable for your next 4 weeks. You're not going to have another weekly assignment or discussion on top of this. This is what you are in charge of for the next few weeks that we're still in class. You guys, I hope you have fun with this. Get creative with it. Let me know what questions, thoughts, concerns you have. Okay. All right. Talk to you soon.